okay? And this is a poem that I wrote. I still love writing poetry. I was writing it when I was your age, and I still love writing it. Sometimes I put my poems to song, and sometimes I just keep them as poems. So this poem is called My Paper Monster. I was imagining how sometimes, especially at this time in the school year, when our desks get so overstuffed with papers and books and things we've been collecting, that we need to take some time to organize. Have you ever had a messy desk? Thumbs up if you've ever had a messy desk. So I was imagining a student in school with a messy desk trying to explain why it's such a mess. So this student's explanation was that, well, there's a paper monster in there, and that's where he lives. And this student had to learn about responsibility, because part of responsibility as a student is taking a little time each day to organize. Okay, so here's my poem, My Paper Monster, and I'm gonna do a little dramatization to kind of go along with it. Oh, and after I wrote this poem, I decided, hey, let me record it. Let me put some sound effects in it so that I can share it with others. So I want to encourage you to use your creativity, guys, to share with others. Here we go, My Paper Monster.
A paper monster's living in the belly of my desk. He's made out of the worksheets and assignments that I get. My homework page is overdue and crumpled in a ball. My science notes and pencils too. My monster eats them all. And so he grows a bit each day, 'cause every class there's more. His paper scales keep spilling out and piling on the floor. Attention, class, Miss Neatly shouts. It's desk inspection time. The other kids have monsters too, just not as big as mine. She paces up and down the aisles, peering in each one. And suddenly, it's clear to me, my monster's days are done. Look at this desk. It's such a mess. She thinks that I don't care. I try in vain to then explain, my monster's living there. Clean it out. Organize. I guess it's just a rule that pencil-eating paper monsters aren't allowed at school. Miss Neatly stands. Her voice commands, insisting that I try to see what I can wrestle from my monster deep inside. I grip a handful from the front. The bundle doesn't give. My monster doesn't want to move. He's happy where he lives. I squish my hand along the side. My monster's packed in tight. I grab hold of his paper tail and yank with all my might. Loose-leaf pages everywhere, packets all apart, scraps of every shape and size. I don't know where to start. Spiral notebooks all unwound, covers crushed and creased, folders empty from day one, and markers long deceased. A giant book on outer space, its binding ripped and torn. Textbooks that I've never used, and gym shorts barely worn. A chapter book we read in class, the corners folded back, and bookmarks that I made myself with wrappers from my snack. I kneel beside my hefty pile and rummage through what's left. Binder clips, permission slips. Hey, look, my spelling test. I learned a lot in school that day. Now when she walks the aisles and sees my desk is not a mess, Miss Neatly sweetly smiles. I've got another monster, though, and I'll feed him instead. He's made out of my smelly clothes and lives under my bed.